Know you've been a good friend, and that's in the thick and thin.
Hello, and welcome to Dartmoor, one of the most beautiful yet wild places in the entirety of Britain. However, Dartmoor has a very big problem: footpath erosion. Dartmoor has always been a place that people have enjoyed walking in. However, there have been too many of them, and now that that's happening, footpath erosion is increasing dramatically. Because of that, the local council have now decided that something needs to be done, otherwise all of Dartmoor will be eroded. And so they are putting up a research project in order to find a solution for the footpath erosion, see how bad it is, and then solve everything. So, let's go and meet the people who are in charge of this operation, the researchers. This is Chief Researcher Ben Purkis, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, what exactly is this research you're doing?
Well, we're looking at erosion sheets like this. So, we're looking at the areas of the path, we're drawing on the path and having a look at the areas of what is overgrown in Dartmoor, high, medium and low erosion. We also look at what litter and animal remains there are, or any evidence that animals have been here, because the amount of litter will be proportional to the number of people, and the number of people will be proportional to the amount of erosion. Therefore, the amount of litter will be proportional to the amount of erosion, and same with the amount of animal remains will be proportional to the erosion. So as you can see here, we have not many animal remains here. We haven't got that much erosion, to be honest. The blue indicates the path has been used, the black is a well-used part, with a little area up here, but we think that is for an external tractor or one-off use. However, there isn't much erosion. If we compare this to other erosion sheets we have, we can see that some of them have around 65 animal remains there, and the amount of erosion there is huge. We also look at the rock samples, because we can present our erosion using a normal approximation, where the smaller the erosion, the smaller the rock, and as the erosion gets bigger, so does the rock size, until a point where the erosion is so high it has eroded those eroded rocks even smaller, almost like a little unhappy face.
So, do you take elemental erosion into your accounts, for instance water or wind? Is that taken into account with your research?
We look at all types of erosion, but predominantly over this research period we are looking at human and animals on paths that are currently used. We realise that there are some external factors like water.
Okay, so your research appears to be very thorough. Okay, so here we have some research being carried out on the erosion of pathways within Dartmoor. They appear to be using string, and I believe later on they're going to actually ask some important documents they'll be using to record this information that they find out. They also take the diameters of stones and compare them to other areas of Dartmoor that they've researched, as you can see right here. They'll also be looking at the amount of litter and animal material, such as fecal matter, and they will be comparing that to the erosion to see whether the erosion has been caused by humans or animals, or maybe an elemental factor such as the wind or even groundwater. So, as part of your research, you do surveys, don't you?
Yes, we do.
And are we going to do some now?
Well, when I get a pay rise, we will do some.
Okay.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Have you got a broken spork? Then try this. The new Spork 5000.
Hey you! Yes you. You look cold. Then try this, the new Balaclava 5000. Here on Dartmoor, we have a wide variety of...
Stop! I need to survey you! Survey time! Stop! Survey!
Whilst I was being harassed by Ben, the research team had finally collected enough results to come to several conclusions. The original hypothesis was that the amount of litter was directly proportional to the level of erosion. After heavy analysis, the research team decided to reject this hypothesis. This was because, to everyone's surprise, they had only ever come across one instance of littering, which raised numerous questions. Why is there hardly any litter on Dartmoor compared to other places? Well, to answer this question, we should consider who visits Dartmoor. As Dartmoor is such a harsh and exposed environment, one can assume that only the most experienced of travellers and outdoor gurus would tackle the challenge. These individuals would therefore be more knowledgeable about the natural environment, so will respect the countryside more, and hence not litter. This leads on to the next question of how can we tell who is responsible for the erosion. As there was next to no litter, the team chose to study other factors, namely animal remains. They found animal feces only accompanied areas with low to medium erosion. This suggests that the wearing away of the land is in part due to animals. They form the initial path, leaving it open to further human erosion. Visitors then use the tracks more frequently, further weathering them down and leaving behind medium to high erosion. The next query was who is at fault. At first glance, it would appear as if both humans and animals share responsibility in the erosion of Dartmoor's paths. However, it is entirely possible that humans are completely to blame. This is because most, if not all, of the animal excrement that the team recorded was from livestock placed on Dartmoor by us, the humans. If this is the case, how can we solve the problem? Well, one solution could be to minimise the number of hikers that leave the path. One survey participant suggested adopting the foreign system of painting coloured circles on rocks, guiding the path users and making it clear where they should go. He also suggested women in bikinis holding beer line the path, but we're just going to pass over that. Another solution might be to have set months in the year, where hikers are encouraged to stick to set paths as much as possible, in order to not further erode animal tracks. However, this might be a quite extreme measure for what is seemingly a small problem. In conclusion, the researchers found that the amount of litter is not directly proportional to the level of erosion. In fact, it is the quantity of animal remains that is proportional. The research team speculate, based on their results, that animal paths created by the livestock that we house on the moors are seen and used by humans. The paths are then further eroded and so are more visible to other visitors. They then use them, leaving the deadly cycle to continue. As we both initially start the erosion process by housing our livestock on Dartmoor and further wear down the path later with our outdoor pursuits, humans might one day be to blame for the destruction of this beautiful yet desolate wilderness. Therefore, it is our responsibility to find a way in which to reverse the damaging process we have already begun.
The team and I have been in Dartmoor for 4 days, and although we have seen plenty of erosion, it is clear to see that the walkers here respect the wilderness and countryside that Dartmoor is. So although there could be improvements to paths like this, it is good that they stay this way, as it makes part of the wilderness that Dartmoor is. So hopefully, if we return, Dartmoor will still be a wilderness and not covered in layers of tarmac.